only one worthy that walked a perfect, sinless life. And his innocent blood was shed. He's worthy. The only one worthy. The only one worthy. He's the only one that's worthy. I wanted to hit the core, the pit of your belly, your spirit, of how worthy he is. How holy he is. And how he is true. Every element known to man, who literally created the atoms, the fibers, the uniqueness of our body makeup, the way that we see, how we can smell, how we can breathe. God created that, and he's the only one that's worthy. Sometimes it's hard to worship because we don't know who we're worshiping. So I'm trying to put in perspective who you're worshiping. The ability that I can create sound out of my throat. It's not just because that's cool. That's God. Mechanisms, his creativity in us being glorified, so we give him glory. That we can hear what I'm saying. He created the ability for us to hear. That's the God that we serve. This is why the angels, they bow. Because they cannot contain how holy and vast and deep and knowledgeable and wise, infinitely wise he is. They can't even take it. They have to bow. They have to bow. They have to cast their crowns. Because he's beyond our comprehension. This God that we're saying, I'm going to worship, is beyond perfect. I heard a pastor say he's ferociously holy. Violently holy. His holiness, his difference, his nature it can pierce. And that's why that's why literally Moses had to hide behind a cleft of the rock. Because if he got just a little bit of his glory, he would have been gone. What kind of God is that? There's no God, there's no idol, there's not no Buddha, Muhammad, no God that man has created, no person, no president, no leader. No thing, no object that's been built, no thing made out of stone and brick and wood. There's no other being or object that can do that besides the God that we're here for. We're not here for us to be entertained. We're not here for our preferences to be met. But we're here to give him what's due to his name, and that's glory. So I know we're all tired. I'm with you, and I know we're hungry. I know we got work tomorrow, but I feel like our Father, the one who called us his own, the one who said, you are joint heirs with me. He said, just give me a little bit more time. Come on, just pour out a little bit more because he's worthy of it. Come on, lift up your own worship. The worship, the true and living God. Come on, he's holy, holy, holy is the Lord. God Almighty, who was, it is, and is to come, the soon coming King, the triumphant King, the powerful King, the worthy one, the only one that's worthy, the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end, the whole of our future. Come on, the resurrection and the life. Come on, don't depend on me exhorting you, but come on, pour deep within your heart. Oh, we worship you, we worship you, we worship you, we worship the true, yes, the true, the real, the living, the breathing God, the true, the real, breathing God. Come on, begin to worship. Come on, let's keep it going. Worship him, worship him, worship him. Creation is groaning for the sons of God to rise, to worship. He said, if I be lifted up, I will draw all men unto me. So we exalt the living God, the living cross, the one who is worthy to be slain, the one who bled for us, the one who's our atonement, the one who stood in our place, the only one that's worthy, King of kings, Lord of lords, King of kings, Lord of lords, Master. He's our Father, the Good Shepherd, He knows how to take care of us. He sees and He knows us. He sees all and He knows all. And He is real, He is tangible. His Spirit is real and living inside of us. He is real, good teacher, the all-wise God, the Holy One, the Holy One, the Holy One, the Ancient of Days. Ancient of Days, the author and the finisher of our faith. That's who we're singing. I'm going to worship this real God. Because we live in a culture, in a world that says He's not real. That says that they have their own truth about this God. But we know that there's only one truth, one way. That's Jesus. One way, one truth, one light, one way, one truth. That's Jesus. We live in a world where they say there's many ways to God. There's multiple gods. That you can serve any God that you want. But there's only one. And I know He's challenging us to go deeper because the world needs to know that there's only one. And we've gotten passive. We've gotten passive in our worship. We've gotten passive in the way that we live, because worship is not just us coming here singing. But it starts with how we live, and we got passive with how we live. And they can't see the fruit of the Spirit. So how would they know God if they can't see His fruit in you? So we're not only singing, I'm going to worship, but we're living, I'm going to worship. Because the world that we live in needs to know the God that we serve. Because we're losing a generation that have not encountered God, that does not know God. And God is challenging each and every person in this room that calls themselves a believer, a son and daughter of God. He's challenging you to know Him. And that's not just verbiage, but it's action, it's discipline, it's studying the Word, knowing who this God is, spending time in prayer, pulling away from carnal things, things that aren't necessarily bad, but just carnal distractions. He's saying just pull away for a moment and get to know me, because there's a world, there's a generation that's losing the knowledge of who I am. And it's serious. Yeah. It's serious. Go and ask your kids, these 10-year-olds, these 13-year-olds, these generations below them, ask them what they know, and you'll be shocked of how little they know about this God. And so it's a challenge to each and every one of us, by the Spirit of God, to go deeper, not to be spooky, but deeper, understanding the gospel, the simple gospel, understanding why we call Him holy. We say we was raised in church, so we heard it a lot, but do you really know what it means? And He's challenging us to know, not just say it, but know. Because we are losing a generation. we are, and that's the reality. The great falling away that the Bible talks about, we're living in that. So God is challenging us to not just come here and gather to sing, to dance, and God loves all of that. But he's challenging us to live this thing out, to live it out, to look more like his son, Jesus. That's the mandate. That's the call. That's the challenge. That's what we're really saying when we say, I'm going to worship. We're really saying, I'm going to look more like Jesus. I'm going to live more like Jesus. I will exalt you. I will exalt you. I will exalt you. You are my God. I will exalt you. I will exalt you. I will exalt you. You are my God. I will exalt you, even when we're tired. I will exalt you. Oh, I will exalt you. You are my God. Oh, I will exalt you, for you are worthy. I will exalt you. I will exalt you. You are my God. 'Cause worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve the praise. Worthy is your name. Worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve the praise. Worthy is your name. Worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve the praise. Worthy is your name. Worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve the praise. Worthy is your name. Worthy is the Lamb. Worthy is the Lamb. Worthy is the Lamb. Nobody worthy. Worthy is the Lamb. Nobody is worthy. Worthy is the Lamb. Nobody's worthy. Worthy is the Lamb. For you are holy, holy are you, Lord God Almighty. Worthy is the Lamb. Worthy is the Lamb. Children sing you're worthy. Your son